Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Gene.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Wednesday, November 6th, 2024. So, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And were you victorious?
I was victorious.
Do you have an acceptance speech you'd like to relay here?
Well, no.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Did you find the crossword easy, hard, middle of the road?
It was a pretty typical Wednesday for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I finished it in 1555.
I finished it in 2024. Ha ha ha. No, that was the year. Sorry. I finished it in the far distant future, 3013. Or actually, it was something like 3013. Hang on. I want to be precise here. 3027. Very good year for crosswords.
Wow.
Yes, I got stuck and couldn't get unstuck.
Oh, no.
Yep, you have to guess where my problem was.
I don't know, because I didn't have any problem with it.
Ah, okay. So you can't empathize. Well, my problem was with 56 across. And that was spinning one's wheels, ? Mm-hmm. And I went for biding, like biding one's time.
Oh.
And that meant that 58 down, the something a rock climber might make with one hand was a dnot, D-N-O-T. Mm-hmm. And I don't know very much about mountaineering, so I thought, well, perhaps they make dnots in the rocks. I wasn't sure. But it turns out if you change it to biking, then you get a knot, which makes a whole lot of sense for someone trying to make with one hand if you're climbing up the side of a mountain or something like that. Mm-hmm. So, but it took me a very long time because I looked at biding and was so sure that biding was correct that I didn't really pay any attention to what was happening with the down there. Mm. So, on the other hand, it did give me an opportunity to go over every single answer of the puzzle in great detail. So
I guess.
I always appreciate that.
I don't. I hate it.
I don't mind it as much on the weekday. The Sunday puzzle is where I'm like, oh, really? Uh-huh. And I mean, and I'm directing that lament to myself because I'm the one who put me in the holes, so to speak.
Sure, it's it's my own shortcoming when it happens, but I still don't care for it.
Mm-hmm. So. No. I know, you just have to be really, really meticulous as you're putting in the letters and just scrutinize every decision. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, 38 down, I had no idea what that was about. The clue was big name in athletic sandals. And I'm like, great. If it had been big name in athletic scandals, I might have had too many names to pick from, but in this case, I had none.
I went through my athletic sandals collection to get the answer on that one.
Aha. It was Tiva.
Tiva.
Which sounds like something they used to record television. That might have been TiVo.
I believe so.
I wonder if the two are related. I wonder if Tiva took over TiVo or vice versa. Mm-hmm. Had you ever heard of Tiva before?
No.
I bet they're big.
I don't buy what kind of a sandal is an athletic sandal?
I don't know. Maybe one with little jets in the heels that can propel you.
Or do they
of course,
have
that wouldn't be too athletic.
The soles of tennis shoes and then the tops of sandals? I just can't even imagine.
You were definitely asking the wrong person.
Oh, anyway, but yeah, that was one I didn't know either, but I got it from the crosses.
And there was a theme to this crossword.
There was, and it was cute, I thought. Very cute. And we're going to go with the revealer first. There were 5 theme clues and a revealer at the bottom, 83 across, which was general idea or a hint to the theme clues. And the answer to that was long and short of it. And the 5 theme clues, you could tell they were theme clues because each of them had a run of 3 to 4 darkened squares. And if you solved the puzzle correctly and got the right answer in those theme clues, the darkened squares was a word that also answered the clue, just a shorter word. So, for example, 14 across, silvery element, the answer was platinum. But the TIN were in the darkened squares, and that answer was tin, which is also a silvery element. 29 across was banned in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the answer was Black Sabbath. I couldn't even tell you the name of a Black Sabbath song. I am sorry to report.
I'm disappointed.
But within that, the darkened squares were A, B, B, A, or ABBA. And of course, they too are a band that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And I bet you can name lots of their songs.
I can name quite a few of those.
I remember their famous hit, We're Not Black Sabbath, Go Away.
Right. 39 across was African country, the answer of which was Somalia. But the MALI were darkened squares, and that's Mali, which is also an African country. 41 across was a sweetened beverage. The answer was limeade, but the MEAD were blackened, which was mead, which is also a sweetened beverage. And finally, 53 across, bird with a distinctive call was the meadowlark, but within that was the OWL darkened, which is, of course, owl, also a bird with a distinctive call. So, very cute, I thought.
Yes. What does a meadowlark sound like? Do you know?
No.
Does it go, I'm a meadowlark, I'm a meadowlark, I'm a meadowlark?
No.
Just wondering.
I have no idea.
That'd be very convenient if birds...
Do we even have we ever lived in a state where there are a lot of meadowlarks? I don't even think so. I mean...
Well, since I don't know what one sounds like, nor what one looks like, for all I know...
Or where they live. I'm not sure where their natural habitat is.
For all I know, we could be in, like, an Alfred Hitchcock movie surrounded by meadowlarks, and I wouldn't know. So.
Well, I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, I saw a meadowlark today." I saw a robin or a cardinal
or an owl,
a blue jay or an owl, or up here an eagle or egret or
Tyrannosaurus. No, I'm sorry,
goose,
I panicked. Yeah, okay.
A goose or a crane, but. I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, the meadowlarks sounded so lovely today."
Maybe they're mute. Maybe they don't. Maybe that's their unique sound. They don't say anything.
Well, I don't know. We might have to research that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they must say something. That'd be a terrible.
They have a distinctive call.
It would be distinctive to not say anything. Or maybe their call is hush up, hush up, hush up. There were other great clues in the grid. I liked 2 down. Composer with a namesake horn was Sousa.
Yes,
so there's
sousaphone.
The sousaphone.
Right.
I hope one day to go to a concert with a sousaphone and a hecklephone. I am looking forward to that so much, and I'm going to record it on an iPhone.
Okay.
There's just going to be phones everywhere.
Very good. The one next to it, 3 down, here it is. Foul-smelling prank items. Stink bombs.
Yes.
I wondered if that was a debut. I don't ever remember seeing that in a puzzle.
It sounds like it would be. Yeah, I don't remember seeing it either. And the answer is yes. It was a stink bomb.
Okay.
Surprisingly, the revealer, long and short of it, has appeared in the grid before.
Really?
Has appeared a total of 2 times.
Oh.
You may recall the last time in 1985.
Oh, my.
When it was clued as the whole story.
Wow.
Yep, and that was with Maleska, an editor from long ago.
Well, welcome back. Long time no see.
Yes.
So.
Let's see, what else did we have there? We had 4 across. 4 across was green roll, and I went for wad.
Oh.
Like a wad of bills.
Oh.
But it was sod. That kind of roll.
Yes, I thought sod right away.
And of course, yesterday we had rolls in the grid.
That's true, California ones.
But this was a different kind, clearly. Domain suffix that most people can't register, 7 across. I went for gov first.
I did too.
Did you?
I did.
Ah, amazing. Okay. But it turned out to be edu.
Well, yes, it did. And I thought to myself, well, there's a lot of people who could do EDU. I mean, anybody who goes to college, but of course that isn't most people.
I wonder if you could start your own school, just your own private school. Or maybe even if your kids are homeschooled, could you get your own EDU
I doubt
domain?
I doubt it.
Let's see, what else? We had 19 across. Northernmost city in North America with over 1 million people. So I immediately start thinking about, Montreal and Ontario, but it turns out they were looking for Alberta, they were looking for Edmonton.
Yes. I thought it had to be either Calgary or Edmonton, because I knew those were farther north than Montreal. Mm-hmm. But, it turned out to be Edmonton, where we have visited. We have been to Edmonton and the great Edmonton Mall.
The West Edmonton Mall.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yep, a long time, but we were there.
I wonder if the mall still is.
That's a good question.
If we have any listeners in Alberta, let us know.
Yeah.
Is the West Edmonton Mall still a thing? 4 down, required word count for a freelance article was spec.
Yes.
And I was trying to figure out if that was a minimum or a maximum.
Well, I know. I was just concentrating on word count, but it was like one of many specs you have to abide by for submitting something.
No grammar mistakes, written by you and not ChatGPT.
Certain type of referencing and citations.
Right.
Yep.
6 down, patterned fabric named for a Mideast capital was Damask. Damask. But it's named for Damascus, right?
I have no idea.
I looked around to try and find Damask, and I couldn't find Damask. At least I couldn't find it in I found Damask, like road and avenue in North America, but the only thing I could see was Damascus, so I bet it is. That's why I want to pronounce it Damask.
Well, it's Damask.
All right, fine. Damask it is. But I bet in Damascus they call it Damask.
I don't know.
Sounds like something that Jim Carrey ought to be able to make a joke about. Damask. 16 down, world's most populous country as of 2023 was India.
Yep.
I'd hate to be the person who have to count,
Oh.
It'd be like 1, 2, 3, 1.47 billion. I mean, they'd probably get distracted halfway through. I don't know. Doesn't sound like it would be a fun job. We had 12 down. 12 down was sullen, and the answer was mopey. And then we had 35 down, looked sullen, and it was pout.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this picture of Adam Aronson, though, and he's got this enormous grin on his face. So clearly this is not reflecting his mood, or at least at the time the photo was taken.
Right.
And listeners, I'm seeing this photo at xwordinfo.com. Great site, highly recommended. We had 32 down. Jewish right was a bris.
Yes.
And then very close to it, we had 51 down, which I thought was a very interesting clue in its own right. Liverpudlian or Mancunian, and that was Brit.
That's right.
So we had Bris and Brit.
And Bris crossed with 36 across. I thought it was funny. Croak. And the answer was ribbit.
Yes. Yep.
I don't think ribbit's a word, is it?
Oh, of course it is.
Ribbit.
Ribbit, absolutely. 59 across puff pieces was cigars.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yep. They're not afraid to wander into deep pun territory, I guess.
I was kind of surprised at 52 down. Oh, pew. Or phew. Oh, pew. And the answer was, okay, good. I just thought that was kind of an odd clue. Oh, pew.
I believe it's pronounced phew. Yeah, I think you're going.
I guess,
well,
I guess if you were going to try to spell that out, you would spell it P-H-E-W. But it was okay, good.
We got to watch it. We don't hyperventilate while we're doing this. There's a risk of you never hear much about it with podcasters. 57 down, 3-syllable letter was iota.
Yes.
Yeah, it took me a bit to realize. Oh, they don't mean in the English alphabet, but. And then, of course, there was the knot that was getting me wrapped up in knots previously.
Yep.
So let's see. 24 across was amusing. Hop on board, and it was Ollie.
Yes, that took me a bit.
Yeah. And 30 down, I just like that as an answer. 30 down being a game, so to speak, all.
Right.
Give it your all.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the last clue, 73 across. Dave Bautista's role in Guardian of the Galaxies. Drax.
Right.
I think that was one of my favorite characters from that film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had such good lines.
Yes, and delivered them exceptionally well.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that is it for today then.
Okay.
So thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for all the support you provide this podcast. And we will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.